Come into the room, family. Come into the room. Come into the room. Welcome. I am the H-Town Vet, and I would like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. Come into the room, family. Glad that you are here. We want to welcome everybody. Thank everybody for our 2,000, hitting the mark of 2,000 subscribers about a month ago. We thank you for that, and we'll continue to grow. So thank you. We have our sister Betty Bobson here that says, H-Town, hello. Hope you had a lovely week. Yes, indeed. We started a little early tonight, but we're glad that you are here, family. And we appreciate you, and we thank you. We thank you. We want to give honor tonight for those who sacrificed during 9/11. What happened to our, in our country, the Twin Towers, and we honor those who lost their life and lost family members during this time. So we do this in remembrance. Yes, we are live, Sister Betty Bobs. Yes, indeed. So we're glad that you're here. We're glad that y'all shown up. We're just a little early, and we're going to start changing it up from time to time. We're going to start a little early, but like I say, we're back on. Let's get back focused to what we're talking about. Honoring those who sacrifice, that serve, and when this attack happened to our country. So thank y'all. Our sister said, well, I did those 9/11 flights. She was a flight attendant during those times. Yes, indeed. That's something else. So I'm glad, it's amazing how close a lot of this was to us. And you were out of New York. You from New York. So yes, I could see that. And we're glad you're here, sister. We know it touched the city, it touched the country, and we honor those. Thank you. And prayers to the family members that survived. Now, family, if you haven't had a chance to do so, smash that like button. We're a little early, so it's going to be, a lot of people may not be here yet, but we're getting into it. Smash that like button if you enjoy the content. Now we're going to get on topic, so everybody get on topic. And the topic for today is, how does symptoms overlap affect VA compensation ratings? How does symptom overlap, that's a term we're using, symptom overlap, affect VA compensation rate? We're going to get into it to detail today. That is our topic. And that is the question. How does symptom overlap affect VA compensation ratings? We're going to do our best to answer the question, and then we're going to ask you at the end, did we answer the question? So we're so glad that you're here, family. We're going to get into it. Now, we're going right into it. So this is what I've noticed in the last live stream, that this was an important topic because it's not really covered much by people. They may not know about it. And as I've learned information, I'd like to pass it on to the family. Symptom overlapping, and pyramiding. So we're going to talk about it. When it comes to symptom overlapping, so we used the example in the last live stream. If you have PTSD, looking at the visual to the left, and you have panic attacks, and you have a diagnosis also of depression, where those in all three of them cause you to be fatigued, have problems sleeping, and cause agitation, things of that nature, frustration, anger, this is called symptom overlapping. And the VA handles these things in a certain way. So the first thing, what is the pyramiding rule? We covered this on the last live stream, but we're going to go into more detail tonight. VA's term for rating compensation, the same symptom for more than one disability. So pyramiding meaning they're rating one symptom for the same disability, and they don't do that. That's just the definition. All right, because in the second sentence, we explain pyramiding is prohibited as in relation to the VA because it would overcompensate a veteran for a single symptom that is a manifestation of two or more service-connected conditions, as you can see in the chart to your left. So no pyramiding is allowed. You can only use that symptom for one of the conditions, and that's going to be the one that's most severe. Now, VA rule on overlapping symptoms. Let's answer that question in green. If a symptom is common to two or more conditions, the VA will rate the symptom under the condition with the highest disability rating. So they usually don't put it on your decision letter, the percentages for the other mental health conditions. We're talking about mental health conditions tonight, okay? And they don't allow pyramiding when symptoms overlap. So whichever condition is the most severe is going to be the one that has the high rating, and that's the one that the symptom will apply to. Now, the third thing, VA focus of the big picture. So let's go into it. The VA evaluates the overall function, the overall functional impact of the disability, rather than attempting to add up each symptom. Did you hear me? So they look at the overall function of that disability on your life. You say, well, what role do the symptoms play? We're going to break that down. That's what we're here for, fam. You understand? We're going to break that down. And those of you that just come into the room, we'd like to welcome you. We're glad that you are here. Now, let us continue, family. I want you to look at it as a meal. I came up with a way to phrase it, okay? The sides of your meal are like symptoms, where they are not the main course of the meal, but do contribute to the overall flavor of the meal. They're like the what? They're like the supporting, they're like background singers, okay? If you have a song that's being sung by an artist, one key element people don't realize are the background singers, because the singer is holding a note, but the background singers give them the backing that they need, okay? Say, okay, that makes a lot of sense, breaking it down this way. Yes. So yeah, the main course is the main course. The main course of the meal is the main course. You can't have collard greens and cornbread, but you got no oxtails or no pork chops or whatever the food that you're serving, shrimp or whatever, without the main course. The other supporting cast is kind of irrelevant. You're going to have your main course and you're going to have the sides. The sides are more like the symptoms. They play a key and pivotal role in the overall flavor of the dinner, but they play their role. They're not the main target, okay? Now let us continue. It's like a movie, okay? You have the actor and you have the supporting actors. Now, some of the greatest. Clarence William III Clarence Williams III, he's one of the greatest supporting actors that has ever existed. He passed in 2021, but this man was amazing. He was, in many ways, better than most actors I've known, because you were thinking he was really living that life. You'd have to look him up. So the supporting cast play an important role to fill in the story. Okay, so the symptoms play an important role to fill in the story of your disability. The symptoms are not the disability themselves, but a manifestation or the supporting cast. Okay, fam, I hope, go back and watch this, and we're going to go right into it. We're going to keep them simple going forward. So in other words, the VA do evaluate look at the symptoms, but when they evaluate your disability, they're looking at the big picture. They're not just focusing on one symptom. They're looking at the main event. They're looking at the big picture, which is the disability itself. How does it affect your functioning? How does your PTSD? And we're dealing with mental health disorders when it comes to overlapping. How does it affect your functioning? All right, right now, our sisters say we have 5 likes and 7 watching. Thank y'all. This is pretty early, but yes, that's what the VA is looking for, the big picture. All right, not just the symptoms themselves, but how they contribute to the disability and how that disability affects your ability to function in a work environment or in everyday life at home and in society. So we're going to use an example today. All right, we're keeping it simple. We're going to start going over topics. This is something I decided where we're just breaking them down real simple. And I'm going to try to, depending on the topic, we want to break it down, go over the concept, then we're going to go right into it. So for example, we talked about 3 different conditions, mental health conditions overlapping. But let's talk about TBI, which is more of an organic thing, but it has mental health symptoms, but it also has physical symptoms dealing with your physical health. Let's say an individual has TBI and post-traumatic stress disorder. Let's talk about it. So this is the scenario that we're going under today, dealing with overlapping symptoms. So remember, PTSD deals with your mental health, or how strong you or weak you are when it relates to your psychological well-being, your mental health. TBI, traumatic brain injury, it deals with your physical health. All right? Even though there may be some symptoms that manifest in psychological and mental health ways. All right? So let's talk about it. So let's start with PTSD. PTSD, there are intrusive thoughts, concerns, fears. On top of that, you might have memory of the traumatic event, somebody you may have seen somebody drown on a ship, things like that, or somewhere else. You might avoid people, okay? It might cause you to avoid. This is specific to your psychological anxiety, all right? You may have nightmares about events, traumas, and things that you experience, and you feel you're right there reliving it over again. Similar to a flashback, like the drowning example we gave. You may be hypervigilant, where you're checking things all the time, seeing what's going on. And I'm using the illustrations that are on the Venn diagram up here. Now, let's deal with TBI. We did the blue, let's go to the green. Dealing with traumatic brain injury, this is dealing with your physical health. So it could manifest in migraines, if you've ever had a concussion or a traumatic brain injury where you had trauma to the head, blacking out, or any type of concussion. It could be headaches, migraines. You can lose part of your memory. Now, it's going to be a little different here. We say you might lose certain parts of your memory between the ages of 21 and 23 are certain, there'll be certain, let's say, I can't think of the word right now. There'll be certain parts of your memory left out. Now, it may cause you to get nauseated. It may cause you to be irritable bowel syndrome, things like that. You may get dizzy with traumatic brain injury. It may cause you to get jittery, nerves uncontrollable. These are all physical manifestations of traumatic brain injury. It may even cause you to have seizures, because remember, it's affecting the brain, a physical, organic part of your body. Now, let's talk about how TBI and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, overlap. Well, even though PTSD is a psychological disorder, anxiety disorder to be specific, and TBI deals with physical health or damage to the brain or head, they both cause chronic fatigue or fatigue. You could have memory loss for both. You said, we talked about memory, H-Town. We talked about gaps in your memory. When you're dealing with traumatic brain injury, you have gaps in your memory. You forget things because of the damage to your brain. Now, both could cause you to be depressed, high anxiety levels, and also problems sleeping, getting to sleep, staying asleep. Now, here's the thing. The parts that's in the yellow, they're not going to compensate you. They're not, when they evaluate, let's say you have your disabilities is PTSD and traumatic brain injury, only the ones that's specific to that condition will be counted. The ones in yellow will not count towards your it'll only count toward one of the disabilities, the one that's the most severe. You can get a rating for both, but you can't use chronic fatigue. If both of them cause you to be chronically fatigued, you either gonna have to use it on the PTSD. If your chronic fatigue is more severe because of your PTSD, that's what they're gonna use it toward. If it's more, the chronic fatigue is more a result of TBI, they'll use it there. You can't use the same symptom as weight in evaluating your severity level in both conditions. Only one symptom can be used for one disability. Okay? Now, hopefully we're clear on that. Any questions? Now, did we answer the question, family? Look, this is about 19 minutes. We're on 20 minutes, so we did this less than 15 minutes after the introduction. How does symptom overlapping affect VA compensation ratings? If the question has been answered, please let us know if that question was answered, yes or no, or maybe you're not sure. Let us know. Did we answer the question tonight? Yes, no, maybe. Let us know, family. And we're welcome here. All right, and we're going to answer your question. Give me a second. I'm going to put something on the screen, and I'm definitely going to get to your question, my sister. So did we answer the question? How does symptom overlap affect VA compensation? Did we answer the question? Let us know. What did my sister say? Yes, you did answer the question. Things make more sense now. Things make more sense. Yes, indeed. So that's why I say I'm going to break it down into just small topics. Okay. We're going to get into the information, and I might be doing it randomly now to keep down trolling, because when people know I'm coming at the same time, we want to make sure that we go over the information. So the yellow section does not count. Yes, it does count, but only for one condition, not both. Okay? Let me explain. I'm so glad you asked that question. In the words of my elder. So let's look at, let me see. So we're going to talk about it. So if you are service connected for TBI, traumatic brain injury, and you're service connected for post-traumatic stress disorder, how does the overlapping symptoms, how does symptom overlapping affect the VA compensation rating? Well, it does it like this. Give me a second here, because I'm going to take that off the screen for a hot minute. So it affects it like this. You can be service connected for both, because TBI is an organic condition. However, it has psychological symptoms. Here's the thing. Your rating, so let's say you have TBI and PTSD. Your rating for TBI will only include the, as you see on the screen, the symptoms. You're only going to be measured for the symptoms that's in green, only related to TBI, which are physical symptoms such as headaches, vomiting, and irritable bowel syndrome, jittery and shaking, headaches, seizures. Those are symptoms that don't manifest in PTSD. These are physical reactions. PTSD is a mental disorder. Now, when it comes to PTSD, they can rate you separately, okay? They can rate you separately for flashbacks, nightmares, avoiding other people, hypervigilance, obsessive compulsive disorder, because these are behaviors as a result of a psychological condition, intrusive thoughts, things like that. Now, so TBI is not pyramiding with PTSD. No, because it's a physical condition. And we're going to give example of all mental health. However, it can pyramid in the yellow. If you have chronic fatigue syndrome because of PTSD and TBI, they're going to only count the fatigue for the one that's the most severe. If you have some memory loss because of PTSD and TBI, if you're service connected for both, they're going to only count it for the one that's the most severe. They're not going to count it toward both of them. Okay, that's for depression, anxiety, and also for problem sleeping, because that's where they overlap at in the yellow. I hope it's making sense now, so that you understand what we're saying, and we'll go back over the information. We're going to do our best, because this is some detailed information. I understand that. We're going to make sure we clarify. That's why we went over it real quick. Now, as we said, that when you are dealing with, good afternoon, we started a little early. Now let's just say, afternoon, family. This is Brother Charleston Zimmerman. As H-Town is on Central Time, I was hanging wash outside and finished up a few projects. Yes, I started a little early, so I do apologize, my brother. Say, definitely makes sense now compared to the other videos that you did. Yes. See, because we had to go into more detail. Now, listen to this here. Symptom overlapping and pyramiding. What is pyramiding? The VA term, if this is, you can't do pyramiding. They don't do it, but they define it when they see it. The VA term for pyramiding is compensating the same symptom for more than one disability. So if it's TBI and PTSD, they're not going to compensate you for that same symptom that you might experience from the TBI and also from the PTSD. Now, so what is their position on pyramiding? Pyramiding is prohibited because it would overcompensate, meaning they pay you twice for the same symptom. it's prohibited because it would overcompensate a veteran for a single symptom that is a manifestation of 2 or more service-connected disabilities. And in the case that you see to the left, it's 3 disabilities. This individual is service-connected for PTSD, panic attacks, and depression. But he or she will only receive compensation for the one that is the most, the overlapping symptoms. They'd only go toward the disability that's the most severe. Now let's get into it, say in the green. VA rule on overlapping symptoms. If a symptom is common, meaning it overlaps, is common to 2 or more conditions, the VA will rate that symptom under the condition with the highest disability rating. So the only one that's going to count is the higher disability rating. Now, next, then they look at the big picture. Yeah, I don't like this practice either. With our brother Charles, and they speaking to each other, and then say, so in other words, the VA is a cheapskate. Yes, because if it's coming from different conditions, that's why they slick with it, talking about the disabilities interact in ways that you can't separate them. So if they figure you can't separate them, they don't have to pay you separately for both of them. You see how slick that is? That's why they put that on the DBQ. Now, the last thing, the VA focuses on the big picture. The VA evaluates the overall functional impact of the disability rather than attempting to add up each symptoms, each symptom. So they look at how it affects your ability to work and your ability to function in daily life. Big picture, meaning they're only going to pay you for one. How it affects you for that condition. They're not going to pay you for both. Now, we describe it as a meal. Okay? So the main course, when you're dealing with a meal, you have to look at symptoms are like the sides, and which they enhance the overall flavor of the meal. The main course is the main course, which is the disability, and the sides are the symptoms. So they play an important role, but they're not what you're getting rated for, especially if it's overlapping. Like a background singers, they are definitely important. And we also use the example of a supporting cast in a movie. And like I say, the VA is looking at the big picture. And if they see you have the same symptom for 2 different disabilities, they're only going to contribute that symptom to the more severe disability. And of course, we use TBI and PTSD as an example, and that's the overlap that we just went over. And we asked that we answer the question. And any questions from y'all? Yes, no, maybe, if y'all understand. Many said they did. Now, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please hit that like button. Smash that like button. And we appreciate you for being here. Share it with others. We'll thank you for that. And for those that are new to the channel, please subscribe. And in order for you to chat, you'd have to be subscribed for at least 3 months. And if after the 3 months, if they start, let me come up on the screen. Well, let me do it like this. If they start trolling again, we'll make it 3 more months. So it'd be 6 months. I can stick with the crew we have as far as chatting. Everybody's welcome to be here, but we won't have any disruption on the channel. Any people that are already subscribed and decide to be disruptive, they will be blocked. Okay, and we're going to talk more about that in a little bit. So that's why we did it. Now let's cover VA law, family. Today I wanted to cover we might do They got the law on avoiding. We're gonna deal with the law dealing with avoiding pyramiding. That's exactly what we're gonna do. That's what I had up. Oh, we're honoring those who sacrificed and lost family members during the 9/11 tragedy that happened in our country, where the Twin Towers were struck by planes. And we thank for all those who served, fire department, the police, and other emergency care helpers. We thank them, and for the people that were in the buildings and around the buildings. So we do show homage and respect, and to the family members. So now back to the VA law. VA law. Let's get to it. Now, let's deal with, so we're all clear. Hopefully the law clarifies it. We'll see. We'll see. Pyramiding. I say all aboard skeleton crew. I started some people might still be at work. I started a lot earlier, but we went over the information. Those they can go back and watch the start. But I started a little early because I got a few things. I'm gonna be kind of taking some time off. I probably won't, because it's my birthday month. Probably not gonna be back until my birthday, September 19th. So be ready. I'm gonna take a break. But I want to come here tonight. We went over that information. Now, so let's do this. So we talked about what? Pyramiding. And the VA does their best to avoid pyramiding because they would have to pay you twice for the same symptom. But, if you have the same symptom, but it's from two different disabilities that you're service connected for, they don't want to pay you twice for that. So they only want to pay you for the symptoms that are just for that disability and don't overlap with another one, a disability. So they save money that way. They got their logic behind it. So here's the law, 38 CFR 4.14. Y'all listening? Let's get to it. Hold on, make sure we don't miss. I'm gonna make sure y'all can see it. Okay. Avoiding 4.14, avoiding of pyramiding. The evaluation of the same disability under various diagnoses is to be avoided. Disabilities from injuries to the muscle, nerves, and joints of an extremity may overlap to a great extent. Even when they said they meant this, they should have said symptom, but they using the word disability. See how confusing the VA is? So that special rules are included in the appropriate body system for their evaluation. This being, I don't know how to say these words, and trachycardia, nervousness, I guess they're talking about fatigue there, may result from many causes. Some may be service connected, others may not. Both the use of manifestations not resulting from service-connected disabilities or injuries in establishing service-connected evaluations, and the evaluation of the same manifestation under different diagnoses are to be avoided. So they don't even, the law is just confusing. Only lawyers understand that. That's why we broke it down the way clear. Now look, say, so glad you're taking a break. It is much needed. I'm being selfish. I love this. Have you and Charleston all to myself. Look, I might show some, during the day, like run some. We'll see. I may or may not do that. The next thing we're going to cover, dealing with the law next time we come up, is total disability ratings. All right. We're going to cover that. Family, we getting this thing done because people are going to be watching this video live and recorded, and we thank them for it. That's the next thing we'll cover. So, fam, we went over the VA law. Now we're going on to the news, and we want to thank Alaska Nice and Betty Bops for the news, the information that they give us lately. You know, a lot of other people have given, and we appreciate y'all also. Now let's see what we got. And we're going to talk about, this is a very interesting thing that our sister Betty Bops has given us. I believe it's Betty Bops. Yes. And if I'm wrong, sister, correct me, but I'm sure this is yours. So we're going to be dealing with the law today, you know. So let's deal with, we're going to deal with the news. We already covered the law. So, family, all right, now there we go. So let's look at it. This isn't new. This is the Department of Veteran Affairs, Office of Inspector General. Now listen to this. Fraud alert. Whoa, got me nervous. Got the government seal for the OIG and everything. This has to be official. Now listen what it says. Protect veterans from pension poaching. That's an interesting term. That's called like pension pimping, when the veterans be tricking their money off. Pension poaching. You know, poaching comes from the term of when they harm animals, poach animals in the wild illegally. Now, the VA Office of Inspector General, the OIG, caution veterans to be alert to a form of financial exploitation known as pension poaching. VA pension benefits are available to wartime veterans or their surviving spouses who meet certain age or disability requirements and have limited income and net worth. So this is the pension. This is not the compensation they're talking about there. Veterans are targets of a wide range of pension poaching schemes, all of which attempt to steal their assets. Frequently, scammers promote suspect legal or financial products or services that are designed to qualify otherwise ineligible individuals for a VA pension. We got to go over VA pension one day. Either by falsifying financial information or restructuring assets to meet criteria. So you can't make but so much money to get a pension. It's not like compensation. Compensation, it don't matter how much you make, you get it. A pension is different. Let's see. Others may charge large fees to represent unsuspecting veterans in pursuing pensions benefits for which they may not qualify. Some may also try to sell in-home care to eligible pension recipients that may be overpriced or is never provided. Scammers often start with a dishonest lawyer, financial planner, or insurance agent soliciting veterans through cold calls, mail campaigns, or in-person encounters at a senior center or assisted living facility. Now, and we can use these here for anybody. They say steer clear. They so real hard with their language. It get on my nerve. Steer clear of and report to the OIG individuals or organizations that do the following, family. Encourage false reporting of income and expense information, reallocating assets to a trust, or purchasing annuities to qualify for a VA pension. So, that's like putting stuff in some family member name or putting it in a trust to hide your assets so that you can get that pension. Something similar to what people do with Social Security. Now, charge up another thing. This is another one they going after these unaccredited claims consultants. Now check this out. Charging upfront fees or a percentage of any award benefits to file VA claims or applications. Free help is available from VA accredited individuals and entities. Talking about like the American Legion, the other VSOs. Now here's the thing, they kind of dirty macking over here because we know the lawyers charge and accredited claims agents charge. But look how they gonna clean it up down here. Now listen to what it says. Anybody that's applying pressure to provide sensitive financial information like credit card numbers or attempting to redirect VA direct deposit to a bank account controlled by a caregiver, power of attorney, claim representative, or any other than the rightful beneficiary. You don't know how many spouses go to that VA trying to get that money redirected. Now let me see what y'all got here so I can catch up. She said we have 8 watching and 6 likes. Betty Bob say, yes, the fraud was me. Okay, thank you, sister. Now listen to what Brother Charlton say. Question, is this scamming to get power of attorney of assets to guardian or lawyers? Now tell me what you mean. Are you saying that the lawyers are guardians or the scammers, or the people they say is scamming, they trying to get you to lead them so you can get your guardian to be over everything, or your lawyer? Tell me, kind of clarify that for me. And I apologize, I don't get it. Now look at what Betty Bob says. And sometimes the accredited lawyers, they scam all the time. They have problems with them and family members taking the veteran money. Now, Betty Bob say, it's easy to get a power of attorney on you that I stay completely escrow. I refuse to do any nursing home or elderly power of attorney. Here's the thing. When the VA does that fiduciary, whatever other power of attorney you have, it don't overrule what the VA does. They're going to put a separate person. So we'll talk more, we talk about that in our fiduciary thing. But great information, hopefully. I hope that helped. Now, family, I hope that was helpful. Now we're going to go into a little video about it, fair use. Fair use, family. We're going to get into it. We're going to go into a video talking about it. And once I get more information, hold on. Now, let's see. And this is a short video from the VA. Okay, so let me turn the music off. So we appreciate y'all for coming here, joining us. We're going to go over the information. We're going to keep it moving. Let us get that media. Turn the music off so we can listen to what they're talking about here. Fair use. This is for educational purposes only from the VA. Let us do it. Now, let's get into it, family. Yeah, when it starts, let me know if you can hear it. Let me know.
Did you know veterans and their benefits are frequent targets of scams and financial fraud?
Now, so family, if you can hear it, give us a thumbs up in the chat. Give me some sound emoji, say yes or something like that. Let us know if you can hear and see the young lady they have talking about this issue. Let us know. Let me see what our brother said. I don't see anything for you, Charleston. But your name. Oh, I can see it over here. Okay, he says thumbs up. He can hear. Let's get into it. A short video. It's not but a minute and a half long. Oh, well, almost 2 minutes. Betty Bob says she can hear too. So, okay. Let's get into it.
Your benefits and sensitive information could be at risk. The best way to protect yourself from scammers is to know the warning signs and who can help. Scammers might target veterans by offering you cash up front to buy out your benefits, cold calling you, charging money for assisting with submitting a claim, offering to move your assets around for you to qualify for VA pension, taking your credit card information over the phone, presenting themselves as attorneys, financial planners, and similar professionals. Remember, you should never pay to file a VA pension claim. VA does not charge to process applications for benefits and services, and no one should charge you for preparing or filing an application for benefits. VA recognized Veteran Service Officers, VSOs, always provide their services on benefit claims free of charge. While attorney and claim agents may charge you a fee for representation in appealing or requesting additional review of a VA decision, they cannot charge for services provided on an initial claim. To find an accredited VSO, agent, or attorney near you, please visit va.gov/OGC/apps/accreditation/index.asp.
That's a mouthful there. So that's the information. So if you ever feel like you're being scammed, there's the information.
You can also call the National Call Center at 1-800-827-1000 to get help directly from VA.
Okay, family. I hope that was helpful. That's directly from the VA there. Hopefully that information was beneficial and we appreciate you. And, because we want to make sure we get you the information that you need. And we try to cover a variety of topics. Now, we got some other stuff going on where I remember doing a video about churches. They got churches targeting veterans in these schemes and stuff. Now, I wasn't able to get as much information. We got our brother in here, Kevin Colbart Sr. We got started a little earlier tonight, brother. We probably going to be doing it, so keep your notifications on. And I know you have life and other people, and I apologize to all of y'all, but we're going to be doing a little random. We want to keep the everybody on their toes when dealing with these trolls. We're going to talk about that. So this has been really working, and I enjoy it. The more predictable you are, the more people think they can preempt you. Say, well done. Thank you very much. And everybody's speaking. Yes, indeed. Stay on them toes because we going to get... now, this is what I want to show here. All right, look. This is from my sister Betty Bob's too. 8 members of the House of Prayers, the House of Prayer Christian Church, indicted for fraud schemes in Operation False Prophet. So they have it here, all these individuals. Okay. A federal grand jury presiding in the Southern District of Georgia indicted 8 individuals connected to the House of Prayer Christian Churches of America for various fraud schemes and tax charges. And they kind of did some things of manipulating veterans, I believe, because if you go down toward the bottom, let me see. Oh, Lord, there you go. Yeah, remember we went over this about a year ago, and they going through the system. Family, this ain't no joke here. So they're showing all the people that were involved in the right here. I think the pastor was this guy, Ronnie Dennis or whatever. And these are some of the other individuals involved in the fraud. Quite a bit of them. Huh? Now, and but then they talk about all the fines related to it, penalties and fines, and some more description of what happened. Now, a bank scam, a fraud scam. Now, according to the indictment in 2004, until the present, defendants, I want to say Ronnie Dennis, Anthony and Joseph Fryer, Dennis N, and all these other individuals, along with others engaged in a long-running conspiracy to defraud financial institutions. Oh, Lord, what's going on here, fam? They want that money. They want that VA stuff. You say, oh, Lord. So they're talking about it. Man, let's read this part. The defendants allegedly recruited. We're here now. The defendants allegedly recruited members of their organization to serve as straw buyers in real estate transactions, concealing the true buyer's identity. They falsified loan applications and closing documents, used forged powers of attorney, and created limited liability corporations to acquire and transfer properties. Talk about doing something illegal in the name of the Lord. Now, after seizing control of their properties, they converted them into rental homes, collecting more than $5.2 million in rental income between 2018 and 2020. What? Within 2 years? So that means they was collecting about a little over $2.5 million a year. Now, funds, we're right here now, funds from the scheme were allegedly used to pay mortgages on their own properties, cover personal expenses, and benefit members of the conspiracy while leaving some of the straw buyers with the damaged credit and foreclosure. Say, what that got to do with veterans? We about to get to it now. We're about to get to the veteran part. Come on now, fam. Let me make sure I didn't miss nobody. Now, all right. I thought it was an old recording. Yes. That happened. We covered it earlier. I don't know if y'all talking about. Her husband might be mad. Okay, let's see. Now, so I don't know what y'all talking about. All right, H-Town, they know that veterans are heavily Christian. Yeah, that is a thing because many of us are. Especially, many of us come from working class families, things like that. Many of us devout Christians. That sounds like something like what Jim Jones did. Yes, indeed. He made them sign their properties over and their Social Security check. He had them go straight to him, cash them, sign and cash them. Charleston, there was a lady in my neighborhood. She tried to go over there. They made her sell all her furniture, Jim Jones them, but her children would physically stop her from going. They wouldn't let her go nowhere. And they saved her life right here in Houston. Charleston Zimmerman, I hate LLCs. not a honorable way to do business. That's an interesting statement. Now let's get to the veteran part. The fraudulent Veteran Affairs Educational Benefits Scheme. Oh boy, here we go, fam. I'm gonna leave that up there so you know where we at. The indictment alleges that beginning no later than 2011. What? That's a long time. And continuing through 2022, Ronnie Dennis, Omar Garcia, Marcus Labit, and Gerald Robertson conspired to defraud the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, VA, and U.S. military veterans of millions in educational benefits. We did cover this in the videos a long time ago, but this has been an ongoing thing. Now, according to the indictment, the defendants fraudulently obtained a religious exemption from state regulators in Georgia to operate 2 of the 5 locations of their ministry. Now, listen. So basically, I think they were receiving, from what I remember, they were actually saying that the educational benefits was used to train those veterans, from what I remember. This exemption required that Georgia seminaries not receive federal funds. Nevertheless, okay. So when they had the exemption, they can't receive federal funds when they got that federal tax exemption. Now check this out. Nevertheless, the Georgia ministry applied for and accepted VA educational benefits, made it ineligible to maintain the exemption of the ministry, received more than $3 million in educational benefits from its Georgia location, and more than $23 million for all 5 locations. This is VA educational benefits, you see. Huh? That's that I'm assuming it's gonna be that what? It's gonna be that post 9/11 bill. It's gonna be that GI bill. It's gonna be that dependence educational assistance. Huh? Throw that money in our hands. Now, from 2013 through 2021, the ministry officers fraudulently submitted false certifications to Georgia regulators that claimed the seminary did not receive federal funds. So the problem is, when talking about federal funds, the federal funds meaning the money from these veteran benefits. Oh, we ain't received nothing because they didn't want to lose their tax exempt status. So they had to lie to the federal government. So they say seminary did not receive federal funds despite receiving millions in VA payments each year. The scheme funneled funding from VA educational benefits to its seminary and related church accounts, enriching the defendants while exhausting some veterans' benefits, often without student completing their program. So they got the money. Wow. Come on now. Come on. Oh Lord, let me stop that. Now that's enough. That's enough on that. They getting indicted. What you say about this, fam? Huh? So he said Georgia. Is Pastor Dougie from there? I think he's from Georgia. I'm sure it was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't his church. I hope not. So family, I hope that was informative when we dealt with the news. We appreciate y'all. So that's what we covering for the news tonight. And we thank y'all for staying for that. We just over an hour. We're gonna get to it. And we appreciate y'all. So we're not going to have no Dougie talk unless something you want to talk about. What role do you think the Secretary of the VA plays in this, if any? And I believe he's from Georgia. Now, about our channel family, any questions about the information we covered, you can go ahead and put them in the chat. Our channel here is meant to be, well, but we're going to start off with troll free. We're going to deal with troll free first because we can't be informative, interactive, respectful, protective, transparent without being troll free. H-Town, thank you so much for this early, beautiful show. Yes, indeed. Family, we want to get out the way so y'all have more time with your families and stuff. And we'll do it a little later for some. We may do it later on Sundays. We'll see. But on the weekdays, I might do it earlier. Here, your opinion counts. Our regular scheduled live streams are Sundays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central, but we may be changing that. So if you'd like to contact us, for those that are new to the channel or been here a while, the last one is our email, htownvetnorthside@gmail.com. Don't come over there talking crazy because you're going to be dealt with just like you would on the channel. That's the link to our handle to our channel if you want to go there and watch other videos. And that's our PayPal and Cash App information, donation information. Now, coming soon, don't know when, because like I say, I will be doing lives during the daytime, not lives, pre-recorded some days, but we're going to be taking off. I think the only day that I'm going to be here in September, maybe at the end of September, but September 19th, my birthday. So be looking out. I'm going to put it up early. So coming soon, probably at the end of the month this year. We're going to be covering the 4 things the VA, Veterans Benefits Administration, look for on DBQs. Might be more by then, might have 5 or 6. Right now we got 4. So we done, family. Ain't been about an hour. So whatever you want to talk about, I want to know, how's that weather where you at? Snowing, raining, extremely hot. And if dealing with the temperature, what's the temperature in your location right now? Let us know, family. We weren't going to keep it long. See, we got to it. We got it done. Huh? We're going to make this, most of the time, I'm going to make the slides a shorter slide or presentation. But we, if it needs more, we're going to go over more, depending on how interactive we are. So any questions, concerns, anything y'all have. That last live stream we did was beautiful. That last live stream was powerful. We did that thing, and I appreciate y'all because I couldn't have done it without your help. So I want to know what's going on with you, what you got planned. What do y'all think about what's going on here? Brother Charleston says that it is 77 degrees sunny. Now this is in Pennsylvania. Nice rest of the week, maybe till next week. We'll see. Now let's see. Let me look at my calendar and see what day my birthday fall on. I haven't looked at what day my birthday falls on. Let's see, what day does my birthday fall on? Y'all tell me, y'all look it up. So you're gonna get it first. What day does September 19th fall on? What day of the week does it fall on? Anybody know? Let us know. How is that weather where you at, Brother Kevin Cobar Sr.? How is that weather where you at, Sister Betty Bobs? Let us know, fam. So that's on a Friday. Would y'all be willing to come for a few moments on a Friday just to shout out H-Town for his birthday? if I make I'm gonna let y'all pick the time. Y'all gonna have to come to a consensus. What time between what range should we start at? And do Central Time, so I know. So right now we do it 6 Central. Do you want to do a little earlier than that, a little later? Give us a time. Everybody give us a time they would like us to, just on my birthday, I'm gonna come up and I'm really gonna be asking y'all questions. Betty Bob says 76 degrees in Maryland. And I might ask y'all a question tonight. And I want y'all to be honest, because this is about y'all. What do you bring to the channel? I want to know not what I bring, not just the chat, what you get out of it. What do you bring? Because all of you bring something special to the channel. What do you bring? What do you bring to the channel? Please let us know. And it's not boasting, this is real talk. I'd like to know what do you feel you contribute and bring to the channel? Now, anybody else's birthday in September, let us know. Charleston says 4 p.m. because someone might take you out for birthday. Yeah, I gotta find out. Oh Lord, we might do it a little early. 4 p.m. Central Time. That means California be 2 p.m. And on the East Coast it'll be 5 p.m. And in around Arizona, it'll be what? In that area between, come on, what I'm talking about. That'll be the 3 p.m. somewhere around there. Come on now. Yeah, they might do that. I don't want no surprises, huh? I say earlier, your daughter going to take you out for your birthday. Okay. Now, if they take me out early, I'll let y'all know, okay? And I might put something y'all post. Y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever seen my post on the channel. And I want to show y'all that. This is where I posted. Now that I got I'm getting a few subscribers, fam. Now that I'm getting a few subscribers, I'm going to show you where it's at. Let me see where it's at. Come on, let me see. Can I find it? Give me a second. I don't think I can. Oh, there it is at the bottom. So I'm going to share this page. All right, let me share this page. So, fam, on my page, if you want to know, I'm going to post what's going on here, or if you want me to email you anything privately, I will. If you go to the page and you see home, right, it'll show my most popular video. Look how good this video done. I got 51,000 on the one that's about the 100%. And I'm getting the other ones are going up too. Look at it. So we starting to grow, fam. Now, here we go. Down here at the bottom where post, you see why I said we reached the milestone of 2,000 subscribers. I put that in the chat. I'll post on there when my birthday gonna be. Now that's gonna bring the trolls out, but hey, they blocked, and I'm telling y'all what I do. H-Town don't play with it. Every month, I'll add another month on how long you have to be able to chat. So they'll never be able to chat. Only the people that's in here, but that might hurt other people. If that's hindering you, let me know. We'll figure out a way to help you out. Now, daughters do that sneaky. Yes, they do. Now, Benny says, hello, H-Town Vet and chat family. And Benny's in the house. Everybody's speaking to Benny. We thank you for that. Now, okay, family. Let's see what we got here. Let's get back to it. Go back if you didn't watch the beginning of the broadcast. Please go back and watch it. We really appreciate you. Now, I need to know, family, give us a good time on September the 19th, which is my birthday, for us to show up. We usually do it 6 p.m. Central Time. Somebody said let's do it earlier at 4 p.m., Brother Charleston. And unless y'all get some times, we're going to stick with that. That means that's going to be 4 p.m. Central Time, because like I say, my daughters might take me out. And 4 is perfect because if they take me out, it's going to be, my daughter means they're going to take me out, around noon or later in the evening. So let us know. Betty speaking. Wonderful. Now, family, do you have any question, comments, or concerns? Let us know. What topic, put in the chat, what topics you want that's on your mind. Our sister Alaska Knight said she wants to talk about getting the glasses and purchasing the glasses at the VA. We're going to do that. Now listen what sister say, 2 p.m. Central Time, you got to look fly for birthday. Oh, I got to get it right. Okay. We'll do. I'm a Texas boy all day long. Don't make me kick my boots up on the table. Huh? We'll do that. He said, each time you sound like a stereotype. Yeah, we wear boots. A lot of us wear boots over there. And for the third time, we want to let y'all know that we want to honor those that made the ultimate sacrifice and lost family members during 9/11. And we was it 2001, right? Am I correct? My memory ain't, think it was 2001, September 11th. That is the anniversary today. How many years does that make, family? What's the anniversary? Anybody know? That was September 11, 2001, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because it was a year, the next year was a very significant year to me. Let us know. So family, if y'all don't have nothing else to say, we've been here for an hour. We appreciate you. We're going to keep it going. Anything on your mind, you need to go ahead and say it. Say correct. Okay, correct. Count them years for me, family. Charleston, we thank you for showing up, and I thank you for being so consistent, honest. This is what I want to say about you, for being so honest, straightforward, and sensitive, because you're like myself. If we feel like we kind of overstepped the boundaries or made somebody, because we make jokes, because that's what we do. I like the way you handle your business on that. No ego involved. Betty Bobs, thank you for all the research information and being so, keeping a tally on how many people have liked the videos. We appreciate that, sister. Benny, for being such a long time follower, basically from the beginning, from what I can remember. We're going to look and check that out. Even when I was calling up Bernie, he ain't say nothing. I feel bad about that thing. And for our brother Kevin Cobart Sr. and his family and their move, we thank you. We're glad that you are here, my brother, and you're doing good. Now, I do want to say a few things. Now, what I'm going to be mindful of going forward, family, because I'm one that don't believe in repeating things. So one thing that I don't like that keeps getting repeated with the trolls is, he say, it's all good, brother. Yeah, I ain't want to say your name wrong. I felt kind of bad. I should have paid more attention, but thank you. And I appreciate you. Betty Bob said 11 likes and 7 watching. Now, family, these people coming up with these elaborate characters and they have backstories and they're trying to have them as part of my channel, like an image. So when I do block them, they still on other videos with all these lies. So I'm going to be very cautious when anybody new or people that just pop in from time to time with elaborate stories and, we want, y'all cool. We handling what we do here, but we're going to be very cautious with that. You know what I'm saying? If it gets too detailed, even now, don't mean I'm suspicious of them, But if anything get too detailed, we're gonna handle it, you know, on the email or some other type of way. Especially if it's something that I feel we shouldn't be discussing here. So, because we don't want because they still trying to make elaborate characters, and they still have a few characters in here like that's a part of the group, but they're not a real person. And that's going to be from not just people that have done it traditionally. All trolls do that. People we don't even know going to be doing that. All right. But one thing they don't have is patience. They don't like waiting around for the drama. After a while, they're going to get anxious and try staying and reveal themselves. So we stay on top of it because the chat is so important. Now, if I had it my way, we just wouldn't have a chat. We just be here. But the chat is a critical part. Now you say, H-Town, but you interactive, don't do us like that. I ain't trying to do nobody no kind of way. We want to make sure we able to interact. But I'm the kind of person, I ain't going to sit around with people disruptive and unappreciative. Nah, we just gonna shut it down, and then I'll have it where we have a private group. Now, I will do that where certain people invited, and what will happen is this: if people give away the link, I'll cut the group down until I get to people that's not giving away the link, and I'll wait for 3 or 4 about a month or two. Then I give another person the link. All right, and if that person get a link away, that's how I'm gonna add it up. We gonna keep this peaceful because the chat is a privilege, just like going on the military base. Now, family, I want to know what you got going on the month of September. What's going on with you in this month? Let us know, family. It's my birthday this month. I want to trim my trees because it's getting toward the winter. The trees not really growing like that. I want to get these oak trees. I want to get me this pole saw that's like 21 feet. I had one before, but it was kind of a defect. They usually don't defect like that, but that one was not. I took it back, never got it. And I want to get me a chainsaw. I am a person about tools. And one thing that I don't want to do anymore is loan out my tools. Let me ask you a question. Is there anything that you have that you would never loan out? Let us know, family. I'm going to tell you what I wouldn't loan out. Never again. Tell us if there's anything that you wouldn't loan out. H-Town, I ain't loaning out my tools no more. I'll help people. They can't have my tools. The last guy just did it. He kept my rake, bought me a new one. I ain't want the new rake. I wanted my rake. Oh, he gave me a new fancy rake, but that's not my rake that I bought. Huh? Now, here's another one. And I'm going to tell you why with my tools, and I'm going to get y'all let me know if there's anything that you would never loan out, either from experience or you just would never do it, period. Tools, because people won't remind you that they got the tools. They'll keep them unless you ask for them. They'll just steal it from you. And if you ask, oh, yeah. They say, if they don't tell me so, I think that's really grimy. Because I have some tools. I got some weed, a head trimmer costs almost $400. I got a lawnmower costs almost $700. I like stuff like that. We spend money what makes us happy, right? I like things like that. Now, I ain't like spending that kind of money though. Now, Benny says, my car, I wouldn't loan it out. Who wouldn't loan their car out? Who wouldn't loan tools out and why? Let us know, because this caused a lot of falling outs. I wouldn't loan my car out because if a person wreck it, they just walk away from it. I'm without a car now. I got to fight with the insurance company. Come on now. Do you check to see if they have a license first? You better check to see if that person have a license. Come on now, fam. Now, Betty say, I will loan out nothing. I got burned too many times. Let me ask you this here, Sister Betty Bobs. If it's too personal, don't say it. What was the last straw you loaned something out that you got burned and you said never again? Let us know. For me, it was tools. It wasn't even money. H-Town, get a electric pole chainsaw. A short one is dangerous. I had a short one laid on my wrist. Oh, ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna get the long one. I'm a gas guy. I just don't like electric. I'm a gas guy. I love the I don't know why this. Who in here would you loan out a room in your house? Who would not allow people to stay at your house? I just wouldn't make that a rule to let people stay at my house. Because people, once they get in, it's hard to get them out. Huh? And if they stay more than so many days, they know their rights. The people that don't know nothing, when you say, hey, you got to go, I've been here 30 days, you can't put me out. They know about that. They don't know how to pay your money. They don't know how to find a job, but they know their rights to be a freeloader. Come on now. They don't remember what you told them. They don't remember the money you loaned them, but they know how to be a freeloader. So would you ever let them stay at your house? Let me ask you this here. Have you ever let somebody use your credit card, say, hey, go ahead, and then they overcharged it? Come on now. Benny say they might also start showing up to your house unexpectedly. Now, this is a problem. People showing up to your house unexpectedly ain't cool. Now, we used to do that growing up because our grandmother's house and stuff. But nowadays, you show up at my house, that don't mean I'm gonna answer the door. You know, people just show up. You got to call first. And you got to spend gas money to get my house. I live on the west side of Houston. My family lives on the east side of Houston. Is that a coincidence? You decide. Now, Betty say the church people want to borrow everything and preach the scriptures. That's called squatters' rights. Come on now. That's a thing. Isn't that a thing in every state? Everybody show love to Rose City D. In the house, say good evening, H-Town vet, and salute the chat. Bam. Fam, it's not even 6 o'clock, and we've been on here for an hour and 23 minutes. We started a little early. For those that didn't know, everybody show love. Now we on, I'll be reading stuff. Everybody, they showing love to Rose City D. Look who's in the house, brother. We started early, like I said, and we talking about, is there anything, go back and please watch the beginning of the broadcast. We talk about overlapping symptoms, and we break that down real short. From here on out, we're going to do real short information when possible, and then concepts, unless it's something that's major, and we'll go in more detail. Now, MG Smith say, H-Town, I'm late, got involved in changing my spark plugs on my truck. Would you ever loan that truck out, my brother? Everybody speaking. Would you ever loan that truck out, my brother? Let us know. Come on now. Would you ever loan it out? I wouldn't. My daughter drive my truck. But my daughter's about to start working in less than 30 days. Mm-hmm. And I'm teaching her, you ain't going to that job to try to be an employee for the next 30, 40 years, because you want to build up your skills so you can handle your business. You can handle you have your skills, so if they lay off or, you want advancements, you have the liberty to do so. Don't fall in love with no job, because there's just that, a job. And you don't want to pigeonhole yourself. Now, H-Town, did daughter put gas in the truck? Yes, she's going to put gas in the truck right now. I must say that. Yes. The question is she putting gas in the truck? Who paying for the gas? Charlton, who paying for the gas? That's what I want to know. I want answers. Now, hello, MG Smith said hello, family, and yes, my granddaughter is driving it now. Yes, yeah, you had them youngers on there. When it come, oh, and I'm about to ask y'all, would you ever co-sign for a vehicle for anyone? Anyone? Would you ever co-sign a vehicle for somebody to get a vehicle? Yes or no or maybe? Come on, fam. We got to know this here tonight. Would you ever co-sign? Oh, yes, no, or maybe. Would you ever co-sign for somebody to get a vehicle? And if you won't, you say no. Is it because of past bad experiences? And if you would, maybe, who would that maybe be for? But if you say you absolutely would not co-sign, put no. If you say yes, I would absolutely co-sign, yes. If it's only for certain people, say maybe. Now, say yes, I did co-sign for my daughter. Had to pay off $5,000. Okay. What? Okay. MG Smith said yes, he'd do it. Maybe it depends on who it is. Maybe my daughter or maybe my niece. That's about it. Somebody outside my home. Because I'd have to be willing to assume the loan, Let us know, family. So y'all didn't let us know what were y'all doing right now? What's the next thing that y'all gonna be doing to relax and enjoy life? Let's see. Betty say, I will not co-sign for any of my brothers. No, I will not absolutely co-sign for anyone. Now, brothers, that's the closest thing to you biologically, your brothers and your parents. You say your brothers, you would not co-sign for your brothers. Wow. Well, listen, Rose City says, now this is an interesting one. So it's two sides to it. Our brother Rose City D said, I co-signed for my sister-in-law many years ago. She was great paying. Also, my oldest son had no issues, but won't do it again. Well, see, he realized just because he had good experiences don't mean that it won't go bad next time. Come on, yes, no, maybe. Would you co-sign? Let us know. Under what circumstances would you let somebody stay in your home, your apartment, or where you're living at? Now, listen, our brother say, I'm a nice dad. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Brother Charleston. Yes, indeed. Charleston, let me ask you something. You really, I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time. When you first came in, because I can feel like you just a very straightforward person. When you first came into the room, when you first started coming to our chat and you came into the room, what made you stick around? What was what interest piqued your interest? Because you were like, you seem like, you just kind of person, you just fell right in, as we would say down in the South. What piqued your interest? What made you start engaging? Because you were communicating, like you just came in. A lot of people sit back for a while, and I'm not saying you didn't. What made you engage? Rose City D, what do you bring to the channel? What do you feel you bring to the channel? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I've been asking everybody that. Betty Bobs, tell me what you feel. And you can, I'm saying, as far as what you think you do to help us around here. Let us know, because y'all all do something to help. MG Smith, what do you bring to the channel, brother? You and Jay Oliver, Y'all like a tag team on that thing. But I want to hear it in your own words. What do you feel you got to bring or you would like to bring to the channel? Let us know. I wanted to see H-Town would fix his channel. Okay. Now tell me, give me more detail. I wanted to see how H-Town would fix his channel. When you use the word fix, what do you mean by fix? Give me more detail, brother. I'm interested. I learned so much talking to you and others. Let us know. Family, this is what it's all about here. Huh? Now, Rose City D says, H-Town, I don't do pop-up ads at my house, and you not spending the night. They ain't let it, they ain't gonna spend the night at your house. Don't get comfortable, huh? When they start not nodding off, you start turning lights on, you start sweeping around their feet and everything. I'm a fixture at heart myself. Okay. Oh, you're a fixture. Okay, yeah, you here. Jay Oliver say, good evening, family. I done spoke him into existence. I done spoke him up on the channel. Jay Oliver, is there anything in your life that you wouldn't loan out? My tools, I wouldn't loan out. I'd loan my car out before I loan my tools out. That's crazy, ain't it? And everybody speaking, Brother Charles is speaking to Jay Oliver. Let us know. Go back and watch the beginning of the video, please, because it ain't but a short segment where we talk about symptom overlapping in more detail. Don't last about 15 to 20, 30 minutes around there. And let us know, family. Now, what going forward, before this year is out, what do you want to take care of in your life? What in your life do you want to take care of before the year is over? I want to have my daughter working, my niece out of school. She just her last semester. So she finishing up a little early too. And go to her graduation. And I want to spend more time chilling with me. Yeah. Might want to run into me a little lady friend. You understand what I'm saying? Just to talk and say hi. That's all. Huh? Let us know, family. Let us know what you been up to, Jay Oliver. What you got going on? We started a little early, brother, so we do apologize. As I said, what's been going on with you, brother Jay Oliver? Let us know. Let us know. Everybody speaking to Jay Oliver. We appreciate that. Family, we pretty much done. I want to know what's on your mind. What's going on with you? And I want to know in particular going forward. All right, let's see what y'all want to do. So what Charleston say, finish filing my PTSD claim, already filed intent. Okay, you got a year to do that, depending on when you started it. Now listen what Jay say, helping my relatives with their challenges. Yes, that's the thing that we do. All right. And I'm going to ask y'all another question. Y'all can keep answering these questions. In 2026, I want something new. What is something new that you want to do on the channel? What do you want to do? What do you want to see going forward in 2026 that we can do? Because we building this thing. Let's talk about it. Now listen to what Rose City D said. H-Town, how do you feel about loaning money? Your thoughts? Very good question. I'm kind of giving myself away. When it comes to one, I don't loan people money that I need. I will not rely on a person to my detriment. If it's my house note money, if it's my car note money, if it's for my young children, I'm not young, my children, they young, but children, I'm not giving you that money. Now I come up with something to help you with, but I'm like this to keep from falling out with people. I say it's a loan, but really it's just like a gift. But I'll tell them it's a loan, so if they don't pay me back, ain't no hard feelings. They not getting any more money from me, ever. Even if they pay me back that first amount after a certain amount of time, if they wait till after I say, no, I won't loan you no money, then they come back and pay me, I'll take the money back, but they're not getting any more money from me. I don't care who they are. That's to keep me from having hard feelings with people. Now, I want to see more merch for the channel. Okay, so let me write that down. So we need H-Town merchandise. You want to see hats, t-shirts. What type of merch do we need to come up with? Because that's what Bionic Woman said. He said, yes. Okay. Yeah. I don't loan money out that I need. I'm not a bank. So consistent loans, people with hard luck stories every week. I'm not here to save you. That's one thing with women. I can't save you, sweetheart. Woman taught herself trying to date me, start telling me about her problem. Only Jesus can save you. Huh? I can't save you now. Get your stuff together and we'll holler. Now, that don't mean if a man dealing with a woman, he won't do things for her. But if you got to hound him, that means he don't really fool with you like that. Huh? Because he really care. He ain't going to see a woman he care about struggling for nothing. If he thinks she having problems, he going to be right there. I say I ain't say me now. Huh? I ain't say me or we. I ain't French right now. Yeah, we're going to get some merch. Now, do y'all want me to come up with another backdrop? And if we do come up with another backdrop, what type of things do you want to see on the backdrop? We're going to start on a fresh backdrop. Tell me some of the things. We got the Cash App on there. We got the 5 of the 6 branches of the military. We have the little veteran news thing and the logo inside the Q&A. Give us some ideas of what colors you would like us to use on the backdrop behind us here. And give me some ideas. Come on, let us know. Should we get one that say Space Force? Another flag? Should we use logos instead of flags? Let us know, family. What are your ideas on this thing? Come on, fam. Let us know. Thank you, Rose City, for joining us. Thank you, Jay Oliver, for joining us. Thank you, Brother Charleston, Betty Bobs, Benny. I think I said Jay Oliver. My memory's short, ain't it, y'all? MG Smith, thank you. Benny, thank you for being here. Kevin Kobar Sr., thank you, my brother. Yes, indeed. So, family, we thank y'all. So we're gonna get ready to close it out. We ain't got too much to say. We made it short. So go ahead and unless y'all say something else, go ahead and start saying our final goodbyes if y'all don't have nothing else to say. If you got something else to say, keep chatting. But we always have to keep it pushing and moving. Let us know. Okay, let's say good night. Let's see what happens. If you got something to contribute about what the backdrop should be, tell us what we need to add, or we need a whole new background. So let's start there. Do you want to start from scratch with a new backdrop, meaning what's green screen behind us, or do you want us just to add things, modify the one we got? Let us know. New or add things. Let us know. Now, listen, Charleston say, do Space Force. Do they have a flag? I don't know if they have a flag, but I'll look for one. If y'all find one. And are they in Alabama now? I don't know where they're at. We're going to have to get to the bottom of that. And then y'all was speaking to everybody. H-Town, enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for this really early show. We're going to do that because one of my concerns was like with your migraines and sister, different people. We might do it at different times for different people. Some we may do in the evening for the people. We'll do that on Sundays. Okay? We'll do that later. But the one I'm thinking about changing the time for the one on the weekday and doing it earlier. Now, Jay Oliver say they have a Star Trek flag. Do they? Oh, they got a Star Trek flag for the Space Force. Let us know. We're gonna try. If y'all find one, send me a link to what it looks like, and that would be real helpful. What do you think our slogan should be? Come on, give us a slogan. What is a good slogan? I'm gonna go through some of the ones y'all tell us. What's a good slogan for the channel? What is a good slogan for the channel? Huh? Let us know. Now, let's see what we have here. Betty Bob says, if in that case, if you want the backdrop change, we should make the backdrop the H-Town. You decide which you like. Yeah, so send in some ideas for a backdrop of things you wanted on there. And if I see one, we're gonna look at it and might even have y'all, everybody. I ain't gonna tell you who did it, but I might bring some up and y'all decide from that. Okay, you can't say you the one suggested it because we don't want no impartial, because it'll be all Navy everywhere. The whole thing behind me would be Navy. And then people come to the channel using that Navy slogan jargon. I wouldn't know what to say. They gonna say you're a fraud. You're not a sailor. I said, I don't know what happened. Now Charleston say veterans first. Good slogan. Good slogan. We better take that down for somebody to steal it. Oh, I'm putting that down. Give us a name for a good slogan, family. I like that one, bro. Give us some good slogans, some good logo examples, good backdrops. I'm typing it in right as we speak, my brother. My brother Charleston, my brother from another mother on my daddy's side. Say H-Town, that cuts the pressure off you. Now, what cuts the pressure off me? Let me know. So I don't know. I ask so many questions. So tell me, I make so many statements. Let me know which one so I can get that down. Let me look at this. Let us know, family. What suggestions do you have? And now tell us what colors you think we should use on the backdrop. Let us know some good colors to use. Let's say that's the base. We have gray back there now. What would be some good colors to use, fam? Let us know. And we said we greeted all y'all, and we're gonna give it a few more seconds, and we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna get ready to close out. So thank you. So we say H-Town having us make the background, and you make the decision of which one you would like us to use. Yes, I'm gonna let y'all choose some backgrounds, and now you say I make the decision. I'll make it. I want some of y'all advice too, but okay. Y'all come up with some backgrounds, and I may make a mixture of different things. I may take ideas from all of y'all. Send me some, emails with that information of some backgrounds that y'all think would be beneficial to the channel. I really would appreciate that. Let us know your name. Pink for the ladies. If the ladies like pink, we'll put some pink on there too. I ain't got no problem with that. Because they got something. They got some pink stuff for military. That sounds cool. I want to do something special. Now I want to ask y'all this here. Fam, I got an idea. Are you ready? Are you listening? I want y'all to pick a symbol for the Navy that you want us to put on the backdrop. Y'all gonna have to come up with some symbols. I want y'all to pick some symbols for the Marines other than flags that we can put on the backdrop. And I'm gonna pick one of them. Okay? But y'all give me a variety of ones y'all think should be on the screen that represents your branch of service. It could be some symbol, it could be not just a flag, some item from your branch of service that symbolizes your branch. I want you to pick something from the Army. I want you to pick something from the Coast Guard, Space Force, all of it that represent that branch, that if anybody sees it, they'll know it's your branch. Like with the Navy, they got that, y'all have that Navy uniform with that little collar that's square in the back, or it could be other things. Let us know. Now listen, you could also switch it up every week or every month. Now I could do that. I could do one. Do y'all think that would be okay? Me honoring different branches on occasion? Like every month I do one for the Navy, one for the Air Force, one for the Marines, one for the Coast Guard. In the Army, if I haven't mentioned it. Very interesting. And especially when we're doing it when we're honoring their birthday and other special significant days for that branch. But y'all have to let me know so I have that backdrop up. Family, y'all coming up with some excellent ideas. Y'all mentioned merch. Y'all mentioned different things we can do with the backdrop. I appreciate it. I know the hamster moving in your head, so we may not be able to do it all at once, but let us know, family. I really appreciate y'all so much. Now, family, we're going to get ready to close it out. We've been here less than 2 hours, just like I like it. An hour and 47 minutes and 37 seconds. So, family, I want to thank y'all for coming. We want to thank y'all for being here. We dealt with the question for today. And please go back and watch what we covered. And we want to see y'all next time because we want to get out of early. It ain't but 6:18, so you have time to spend with your family. And we can actually do this more often and catch up with each other. So in honor of September 11th, we might want to leave with that. And everybody say good night if you don't mind. We want to honor those fallen individuals during September 11th. If you ever went there, we appreciate you. I went, but it was shortly after in 2005. They hadn't constructed it yet. Now the memorial. And she says, better about say good night all and enjoy your weekend. And I want y'all to do the same. We will see y'all on next week. We will not be doing a live stream until my birthday, September 19th, next Friday. I'm taking the rest of the no live stream on Sunday, but I will be doing reruns maybe during the week. I don't know yet. I might take a break on that too. So family, we thank you. We thank those who are here and honoring our country. We thank you. And our brother Charles say good night, family and shipmate. Remember, always, never forget, this is our country, family. We don't let nobody divide us like that. If we can serve together, we sure can communicate and support each other, right? Come on now. Now, Jalva says, good night, a day of remembrance. Enjoy your break, H-Town. Yes, y'all better be here September 19th. I'm going to call you. Look, I'm going to come up on the screen. I'm about to get a little fifth ward on you. I'm going to call you everything but a child of God. Unless you, hey, If you're in the hospital, you better take picture right in the hospital bed. Some of y'all got hospital beds right in your house. Don't get slick with me now. When I see your whole family photo in the background, I say that ain't no hospital. But my birthday is September 19th. Who else's birthday is in September? Let us know. We're going to honor you on your birthday too. So family, we want to thank you for coming. Y'all just made my day. I don't know what else to say. And we answered the question tonight, all right, about how does symptom overlapping affect VA compensation ratings. And we want y'all to have a wonderful night. Until next time, take care.